in the audited reports formally to Parliament, and we are here to receive your reports. I also want to commend you, Auditor General, with your team for the continued collaboration with the legislature. You belong to the legislature, and the collaboration that we have with you is very, very good. And you do perform a very vital role for this country, where we do appropriation, but you make sure that you make a follow-up on how the appropriated money that we are giving out is being used. I also want to commend you for compliance with the Article 163 of the Constitution of the Republic of Uganda and the National Audit Act 2008. Today's meeting is therefore to do a ceremonial receiving of the reports that you have done over the time, and we will, as Parliament of Uganda, forward the reports to the relevant committees for scrutiny. But in a special note, I want to thank you for the work that you've done, and we will also make sure that the committees that will give these reports will handle within the timelines, within the 6-month time. That is as per Article 163.5 of the Constitution. And then we'll need a Treasury Memorandum, which we will return back to you. On a special note, we want to thank you for the good work you're doing. And I want to commend the work that Auditor General is doing. I have heard a lot of stories Auditor General is not doing a very good, but they are doing a very, very good job. Because as an institution, after they've done their audit, we do follow to find out whether what they have reported is actually the truth. But I want to assure you that whatever we have found out is correct, and you're doing a perfect job for this country. And I want to request all the people out there to always cooperate with the Auditor General's office, because as we appropriate monies, we are starting with a new term of office. As we appropriate monies, we want so many people out there, like the PDM, we want the money to reach the final user, to the final beneficiary. But the problem we have is the diversion of these monies. The problem we have is the money does not go to the intended beneficiary. Auditor General wants you to be a whip on this. This money should go to the right people. Because we cannot appropriate the money, and then we have 70% of the people who are rich, and then the 30% cannot get anything. We want you to make sure that this money is reached to the right people. And once more, you're welcome, and we are ready to receive the report.
And the National Audit Act Cap 170, I present to you the 2024-2025 Annual Audit Report on the Government of Uganda Consolidated Financial Statements, which include the ministries, departments, agencies, public corporations, state enterprises, and local governments. Also included in the consolidated report are summaries of various types of audits undertaken, and this include value for money, information technology, special forensics, oil cost recovery, and engineering audits. The detailed reports of the individual entities have been issued separately. Further, by leveraging tools such as the Citizen Feedback Platform, an online application that captures public concerns on service delivery, we have been able to incorporate citizens' perspectives into our work, thus enhancing both the relevance and the quality of our audit reports. This year, we have been able to produce a total of 6,875 audits. Right, Honorable Speaker, in addition to the key milestones in the audit mandate during the year, we have also developed a new corporate plan or strategic plan covering the period 2025 to 2030, anchored in the balanced scorecard framework. The corporate plan provides a clear strategic guidance for the next 5 years, and we look forward for support in its implementation. I would like to extend my appreciation to you, Right Honorable Speaker, the Right Honorable Deputy Speaker, parliamentary committees, and the stakeholders for their support, as well as my team for their dedication to fulfilling the mandate. Right Honorable Speaker, allow me to summarize some of the key findings under the public procurement as well as the parish development model implementation as thematic areas that we undertook. So starting with the public procurement and disposal management audit, we noted that while significant efforts have been made to improve public procurement management, a number of shortcomings remain unaddressed, and these include variations incurred by government entities for common use goods and services. What I mean here is that a computer in one ministry has a different cost in another ministry. In certain instances, it goes up to about 100%. The same goes for construction of government buildings and road infrastructure, where significant differing costs were noted per square meter or kilometer constructed. There is also low level of implementation of procurements and absence of multi-year procurement plans, as well as implementation of unplanned procurements. While there is encouraging progress in the digitization of public procurement through the EGP or the Electronic Government Procurement System, some entities continue to conduct procurements outside this system. The system in itself also faces a number of operational challenges, such as system access limitations, data duplication, and reporting constraints. While these issues do not diminish the importance of the EGP as a reform initiative, addressing them will help fully realize the system's intended benefits. I will now go to the parish development model implementation. Right Honorable Speaker, the parish development model or PDM is a government flagship approach to service delivery aimed at improving household incomes by moving subsistence households to the money economy. I noted that the entire budget of the PDM was disbursed by government to the planned circles in accordance with the guidelines that were provided. However, Right Honorable Speaker, despite this progress, I identified areas that require improvements, and these include lack of alignment of parish priorities to local government budgets and work plans, delays in disbursements of funds to households, cases of ineligible projects implemented, and that some of the projects were non-existent, although funded. There were also diversions of funds and cases of duplicate recipients noted among households. These areas were noted shortcomings, and the details are contained in the reports that have been issued. In addition to the two that I've mentioned above, there were a number of areas that I looked into, and briefly, these are areas of procurement and distribution of essential medicines and health supplies, implementation of government infrastructure projects, staffing in the Uganda Public Service, titling of government land for seed schools, health and road infrastructure, utilization of the road maintenance grant, uptake of the available generated electricity, management of government assets, and management of equipment in regional referral hospitals, just to mention but a few. Furthermore, I undertook 24 value for money audits across government to assess the performance in terms of service delivery. The details are contained in the individual reports that I have produced. In regards to efforts to fight corruption, I undertook 44 forensic or special audits aimed at in-depth identification of irregularities in the use of public funds and at the same time supporting the judicial processes. These are currently being processed at different stages in the judicial system. Right Honourable Speaker, before I conclude, I wish to highlight key operational challenges affecting the Office of the Auditor General. This includes the insufficient transport fleet that affects our ability to audit remote areas, particularly under the Parish Development Model Program. Additionally, we need to constantly update our technology tools to enable us match the ever-increasing risks in the public expenditure. I'm grateful for Parliament's continued support and request your assistance in addressing these challenges to strengthen our capacity in safeguarding public resources and also upholding transparency. In conclusion, I commit to working closely with all the relevant institutions to ensure that these recommendations are implemented effectively. I once again thank my team, represented by top management who are with me here, for the good work amidst the challenges. I thank you, Madam Speaker, for God and my country. I am now ready to
the money to recruit. And you find because they don't have enough staff, you will find that they have a backlog. And that's what we are trying to work on. We do not want the backlog. So as government, we need to see how to facilitate the Auditor General's office, because we are giving out a lot of money out there, but they should be able to ensure that the money is put in proper use. So I want to request your office that when you get their report, you see how to support them, one, in terms of increasing their staff, and then availing them with the transport. Once they have transport, they can be able to reach to those remote areas. You've heard the challenges that we have with the PDM. By our votes, most of the votes we got was because of the people who got the money rightfully, PDM money. But when you look at the report, for instance, there are delays in disbursements, and then somebody is given money twice and others are not getting, and then there's lack of alignment of the parish priorities. So this can only be discovered by this team. So if we don't support this team in having facilitation to move to those areas, then we shall be wasting time to send money to the communities. So, Honorable Minister, I would request, as you go back, you discuss the issues concerning the Auditor General. Once more, thank you.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker.
Invited you to come for this meeting purposely because I knew they have challenges. As the Auditor General has said, they have staff shortages, and the staff shortages